We begin this hour with the third ward results for Flint's third ward city council election. They have officially been certified, and write-in candidate LaShawn Johnson has been declared the winner. She took the oath of office yesterday in council chambers. With her election, all 9 wards are represented on council. It's the first time in nearly a year that has happened since the death of third ward councilman Quincy Murphy. We welcome Councilwoman LaShawn Johnson to First at 4 Focus today, and thank you, Councilwoman, for being here.
Thank you.
So this is your first elected position, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What inspired you to run for the third ward city council seat?
It wasn't me. God chose me to run for this race, and I just got out here. I wanted to see better for the third ward, and I've been a part of the third ward all my life. And I just wanted what was best for the people.
And you ran as a write-in candidate.
I did.
So it was the primary. You lost the primary and decided to run for the special election as a write-in candidate.
Correct.
Were you surprised at the results of that write-in? We know that write-ins are not, they are not new. People have won write-in candidacies before and won seats. Mike Duggan, the mayor of Detroit, the first time he ran for mayor in the primary, he won on a write-in. But they aren't usual that write-in candidates win. So were you surprised at all?
No, we worked very hard. We got out, met the people, knocked on doors, and we just gave the people what they wanted, and they wanted a change. And I was their change, and I'm thankful that, God gave me the knowledge to be able to do it and be able to reach the people, and the people, have spoken.
Yeah, so what do you think it was about your message that resonated with people to go in and write your name on a ballot? Sometimes it's hard for people to go to the polls and darken in a circle, but they actually had to write your name in. So what do you think it was about your message that inspired them to take that extra step?
Just knocking on the doors, talking to the people, listening. When you listen to the people and giving the people what they want, guess what? They, do what it takes to get the job done, and they wanted to change, and I am that change, and I just thank God for, giving the people what they want. And I've been, like I said again, a resident of the third ward all my life. So I just knocked, and I just want to be there for the people and serve the people.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've heard there has been some pushback since this election. At least one of the candidates in the race has said that they want a recount. At least one of the candidates have also in the race alleging some improprieties when it comes to the absentee ballots. And would you like to address those concerns at all?
Only thing I want to speak on is peace, progress, and positivity, and the voters have spoke. And I want to continue to work for the people and move the city forward.
Well, let's talk about the people that you're going to represent and the ward that you're going to represent in particular. We have some data that we pulled from the census and also from the 2017 Flint map. And what they did is they authored a report about the wards in Flint, an investigative report, and a lot of research put into it. And they say it's just over 9,000 residents in the ward. Around 6,100 registered voters in the third ward. About half of the residents in the third ward live below the poverty line, and the median household income is around $24,000. What's your vision? What's your priority to change the trajectory of the lives of the people who live in the third ward? 50% of your constituents below the poverty line. What vision do you have for the third ward?
Well, we have new developers in, actually Capital. It's building like 11 plants over there, and they're bringing jobs to the city of Flint. And that the majority of our residents will be able to apply for those jobs. And right now we're doing great things and positive things in the third ward. And we just, like I said, continue to serve the people and move the city forward.
Yeah, and you spoke about the things that are happening, the development. Currently, it's more than $300 million worth of development happening there in the third ward when you include the expansion of Burston Fieldhouse, which the total amount of that project it's estimated around $42 million. I know this is phase one of it, but the total amount of that expansion. And then you mentioned Ashley Capital, the $300 million investment there in that former Buick City site, which is in the 3rd Ward. How do you plan to continue that momentum?
Oh, we're just going to continue to move forward and eliminate blight, the safety of the residents, and keeping our streets clean. And just keep moving forward, and hopefully we bring new developers here to the city of Flint and expand in the 3rd Ward.
And you know, your final message to here on this program, but your final message to your constituents that you are now representing there in the 3rd Ward, and how you plan to use your representation of them on the council, on that body down at City Hall.
I plan on being at every meeting and coming with positivity and just serving the people in the 3rd Ward.
3rd Ward City Councilwoman, newly elected 3rd Ward City Councilwoman LaShawn Johnson. Thank you so much for joining us here today on First at 4.
And thank you as well for having me.